All right. Prop the mic here on a Sunday morning, afternoon.
Everybody thinks it's football Sunday, but not for the PTM crew.
That's right.
We're focusing on basketball today.
That's right. We got some football stuff going on too, but
I have a Chiefs hat on, so that's,
yeah,
I got to work on that. But
I like the Chiefs today.
Yeah, how was your night last night? Good.
Night was good. I'd like to. I know it's 2 days ago, but it was our last pod. I just would like to point out I was 11-5 on my picks on Friday, including Jason Tatum, who let us down on that monster parlay that would have cashed. Other than Tatum,
there's never an expiration date on bragging on your performance. So
yes, this is
I talk about things I've done 7 years ago. So. Watched a little basketball last night. Some really nice performances. I was kind of following the Warriors game, watching Wiggins go off while I was also watching the new Will Ferrell Spirited movie. So that was fun to do both.
Good movie.
Good movie. A lot of singing, a lot of dancing, but the typical dry.
It's a musical.
Will Ferrell. It's a musical, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But a lot of Will Ferrell humor as well. Nice. But yeah, Wiggins went 8 for 10 from three.
Pretty efficient.
36 points. And you know what? I didn't have that. Well, we didn't have a show yesterday, but I wouldn't have had that as an official play. But I was on him because in his prior matchup against Houston earlier this year, he had 6 threes. And Curry had 15 assists. So I did put something together for Wiggins with 4 threes and Curry with 12 assists. But Curry ended only with a measly 10 assists. And then we had Simons as well, who showed up Wiggins even more. He went 7 for 12 from 3. But finished with 45 points. So he is, I think this was the last game, at least for the short term. He's going to play without Lillard. Lillard, I think, is returning today.
You have to get his scoring.
Yeah. He was
Dame comes back.
He's all right. But that kid's showing that he could be a star. I mean,
they've been waiting for him for a few years now, but he's been playing second fiddle to Dame and CJ for a while. But,
no, he's ready. He's ready.
Got a lot of extended run last year when Dame was missed so much time. So
I wonder how many guys just go undiscovered on some of these stacked teams.
There's definitely plenty, because so much of it comes down to coaching. You get coaching changes, we've got a head coach gets new regimes come in, guys just end up in bad spots, Yeah, look at a guy like Obi Toppin, the Knicks, it's you have a head coach that doesn't like to play young guys. You have a guy they're paying a ton of money to, and Julius Randle at his position. So as one example of a guy that's probably in a not the best situation for him. Yeah.
That's where injuries are a good thing, because they create those opportunities for these guys to step up and shine. Guys like Tom Brady, right? What would happen? Drew Bledsoe would still be in New England if it wasn't for
lot of buzz
an injury.
About Brady going back to the Pats next season.
Oh, that would be a great way for him to finish.
Yeah.
All right. Well, enough of that. Let's dive into today's slate. We have what do we have, an 8 or 9 gamer? 8 gamer, I think.
Yeah, 8, I think. Yeah.
And we're gonna cover 6 again. So let's get into the first one. Better hurry up, because it's about to start in about an hour. We got the Nuggets at the Pels. Nuggets are 14-8. Pels are 14-8 as well. So 2 really solid performing teams. Nuggets are without Porter, Michael Porter Jr., and the Pels are still without Ingram and Herb Jones. McCollum is back. He came back Friday night, and we're going to be talking about him in a minute. Spread on the game, Pels are -1.5. Sharps are on the Nuggets with the points, and the total is 230.5. Sharps are on the under. So nice. Despite that under take, it's still going to be a relatively high scoring game.
Yeah, and you said Ingram is officially out, right?
Yeah, he's officially out. Yeah. Herb Jones is officially out, which you don't think about him as a too much of a significant impact on the offensive side, but I think when he's out, they are a much different defensive team. Yeah. So I think again, you and I were very bullish on the Pelicans this year. They're 14-8, and they have been riddled with injuries.
Yeah,
once they get their full lineup.
How many minutes has CJ, Zion, and Ingram played together?
Yeah. Once they get that full squad running together,
it's scary.
They're going to be a contender for the West.
Yep. And even their defense surprises me. Even missing so many guys. I mean, their defensive statistics are pretty good. They got
a tough one today. I personally think the Nuggets have the edge here, but because they have a lot more depth with their squad they're going to put out there. But what do you like?
All right. Matchup wise, there's a nice matchup with Denver's offense at the rim versus New Orleans defense. This really benefits Aaron Gordon, so I'm on him today.
Okay.
If you look at his stats at the rim, he's 61% of his shots are taken at the rim. That's the 100th percentile at his position. And he's shooting 77%, which is in the 94th percentile. So he's crushing. This is where he's crushing this season. His line's 14. Huh?
So just to clarify, you're saying he's the best, basically the best finisher at the rim in the league, pretty much.
The percentiles are at your position.
For his position. Yeah,
for his position. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. Which is also pretty high because other than he's a forward. So other than centers, centers probably there's a few that have better numbers than this, but at the forward position, he's the best. Yep.
Yeah, I mean he basically dunks every time he gets near the hoop, so it makes sense. But he's a good finisher.
So his line's 14.5 points. Okay. It's minus 125. His last two games against the Pels, he had 28 and 20. He's done it in 6 of 10 overall, 7 of 10 on the road, and 7 of 10 on one day rest at home. 7 out of 10 on one day rest. So I like it. Not overwhelming historical stuff, but it's 70% hit rates, recent trends, and plus the great matchup. I like this.
Yeah, and I would imagine the absence of Porter Jr. also opens
up some usage. Now.
Yeah, a little bit more usage for him. So I like it as well, especially in a high scoring game with Jones out. Okay.
Yep.
Anybody on the Pels side?
I got one on the Pels side.
Okay.
So the other matchup that stuck out to me is Denver's defense is 27th in the league in opponents non-corner 3-point percentage, and New Orleans' offense is top 3 at non-corner threes. So the 3 guys on New Orleans who fit this mold: Trey Murphy, 47% on non-corner threes; Brandon Ingram, who's out, 45% on non-corner threes, and the guy who I'm going to play. Who do you think the next guy is?
You're going to say McCollum?
Nope.
Alvarez?
No.
Who?
You're going to be surprised.
I'm very surprised already.
Joe Val, 45% from 3 on non-corner threes this season. His line is half a 3.
Yeah.
You take the over. It's plus 115. This is the part that was compelled me the most to make this play. The last 3 times he's played against Denver, he's cleared.
I don't know what I'm trying to think about how the presence of Jokic being a 3-point shooter will potentially alter kind of Joe Val's perception of kind of what his role is. Mm-hmm. So I think there's something there. I like this play.
There is something there.
There's something there. All right, I'm going to play that one. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you didn't say McCollum because I got a little anti-play on him.
All right. Just he's done his last 3 out of 5 games he's gotten there, but he's only done it in 5 of 10. so not great. 4 of 6 on 1-day rest, so not super compelling, but I like you get the plus money 1-3, and like we said, there's something about the matchup with Jokic there that is allowing this to happen.
I mean, this is also going to be a painful one because I can't imagine he. Yes. I can't imagine he puts up more than 2 attempts a game. So he's right.
Yeah.
But all right. So
what's your play?
I got 2 plays. I'm going to go with my underplay on McCollum. His line is very high, 19.5 points. Which normally he's a guy who can get there, but this year he's been very inconsistent. But in the last 9 games, including the stretch before he was out and the game that he was back on Friday, 7 for 9 in under the 19.5. I wish I had the average of that because it's probably closer to like 14 points. Like he's not even coming close in a lot of these games. He had 5 points in the game Friday night against the Spurs, who were not a very good team. He went, I believe, 1 for 5 from 3 in 32 minutes. So 19.5 just seems too high. I'm going to fade him today under 19.5 points.
Yeah,
right?
I like that.
And then the other one, so let me ask you a question. Who is going to guard Zion in this game? Like, seriously, who can guard him?
It's a great question. They really, I don't know. It's a great question.
Maybe Michael Porter Jr. if he was in could with the height could give him some problems. Aaron Gordon has fairly equivalent athleticism, but I don't see him. And Jokic is a great player, but he's not. He doesn't have the foot speed for Zion, right? So I think Zion's going to go off. He's put up 33 and 30 in his last 2 games. His line is 24.5. So he obviously doesn't have a consistent delivery on getting 25 points in a game. But without Ingram in this season, I think he's 3 for 5. Okay. And 3 of the last 4. So
yeah, I like the trend. He seems to be getting hot. Turning it up here, getting his legs under him. After 2 years of not playing. So yeah, it's
funny. Like guys like him though, him and Giannis. Like they were talking about this in the Bucks game. Those guys have to work hard for their points, right? Like they're not out there, like Simons or Wiggins last night, just bombing threes and getting a lot of points, with minimal effort. These guys work hard and get beat up
grinding
every time.
All those points out down low.
But I don't know. They're both freaks. They can really, they can really do some things down low. So, so I like that play. Those are my 2 plays of the game. Okay,
sounds good.
All right, let's move on to the 4:00 game. We got the Suns.
You introduce this one. I'm just letting the dog out. I'll be back.
Yeah. All right, so we got the Suns at the Spurs. Suns are 15-7. Spurs are 6-17. So the Spurs are having a rough start to the year. I think it'll continue that way for the rest of the year. Suns are without Chris Paul in this game. Will continue to be, I think, for a little bit. And then the Spurs are without Podol. Am I saying his name right? Pirtle. Which I think is a significant it's a significant thing as we look towards how this game plays out, because they're already not a good rebounding team, and then you take him out, that's going to only make them worse.
Yeah.
Spurs are getting 10 points at home. That just shows you how much of a mismatch this is. Total is 230.5. Sharps didn't really have a take on Suns or Spurs, but they like the over. So it's going to be a high scoring one.
Okay.
What do you like here?
All right. First matchup popping off the board here was the turnover matchup. San Antonio's offense is number 26 in the league in turnover percentage, whereas Phoenix's defense is number 4 in turnover percentage. So I put together a little parlay for my play to tap into this matchup here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Ready for it?
Mm-hmm.
Devin Booker, 1 steal. It's minus 205. He's done it in all 7 road games this season. He's done it the last 2 times they played the Spurs. And he's done it in 11 of 15 games this season on 1-day rest.
Okay. I see that happening.
Okay. Mikal Bridges, 1 block. It's minus 150. He's done it in 6 of 8 road games, including he had 3 in each of the last 2 games they played on the road. He's also done it his last 2 times against the Spurs. And identical to Booker, he's done it in 11 of 15 games on 1-day rest this season.
Wow.
Yeah. So you put those 2 together, it's plus 150.
Well, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess the only risk here is, they might need to do it in 3 quarters.
Yeah. I think they both get it done in the first half.
They might both get it done in the first quarter.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's a good segue for me. You might have more, but I'll just jump into the first quarter.
Yep.
I don't really like this game too much to put too many things on because I think it's going to be a blowout.
Yeah.
I'm playing a first quarter play with one of my goats on the first quarter, Devin Booker. He's one of the 3 guys who plays 12 minutes a quarter in the first quarter. That's him, Durant, and Luka. So here's his stats over the last 10 games. 12 minutes, 9.7 points, 2.9 rebounds, 2.3 assists. Right? So pretty solid production for 12 minutes. But who knows what's going to happen. So I'm going to parlay the points and the rebounds. I'm going to take them down a bit. Going to do 8 points in the first quarter along with 2 rebounds. That gives you plus 140.
Okay.
So it's purely a first quarter play.
Yeah, I like it.
Just because I'm concerned that he won't play the.
Yeah, you're convincing me a little bit. I'm also on Booker. I had to play on Booker, but I with the blowout concern, the rest concern, I might lean towards maybe modifying my play or maybe.
Well, let's hear it because.
Okay.
Just keep in mind he put up 40 points in 3 quarters the other day. So
this is true. All right. So the other matchup I saw that was intriguing was the Spurs are dead last in opponent 3-point shooting accuracy. Opponents are shooting 40% from 3 against them. So I looked at Booker. It's 2.5 threes, minus 130. There's not a ton of recent stuff there that was like super compelling, but the last 3 times he's played the Spurs, he had 4, 5, and 4 the last 3 times they've played. So I like him to get the 3 tonight, but I don't know. I
think they're both good. I think they're both good plays. Look at the game last night, right? Like it wasn't a blowout, but the Warriors are clearly a superior team to Houston.
Yeah.
And I feel like in those games where, the favorite knows that they're going to win, they tend to jack up threes more. Maybe they don't want to get hurt, or maybe they just feel like
trying to get a nice lead,
just take care of it early
exactly.
and sit down. But I could see him knocking down 3 threes before halftime.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I like it. I also there was no lines on sorry, go ahead.
No, I said stick with it because I think it's a good play.
Okay. There's also no lines on Damian Lee, but I was also looking to ride him from the other night, and given this matchup, I like his threes also. But they weren't no lines yet.
Yeah, he had those. I don't know what he finished with, but he had 2 threes by halftime.
I think he finished with 2, but
yeah. So yeah, and they also just as a note, I don't know if somebody else is out for the Suns, but what is the guy's name? Dario Saric. Saric. He started for them in the last game, so I don't know what they're doing. They're like playing with some different lineups, and also Shamet came in like not that far into the first quarter, so he also, I don't know what he finished with. I forgot to look that up, but he might also be a good play as well if we're thinking that this team gives up a lot of threes. So But anyway, we'll ride Booker.
I like him for actually get with the turnover matchup also because there was no lines. I didn't dig too deep on Shamit, but he was one of my picks on Friday night with the steal, and he got it. So I might look to do that again also in this game.
I'm looking at that back wall behind you, and I'm thinking we need to get you like a Shamit fathead poster.
You want to get that right there? Shamit face right behind me?
Face right behind. There's a little bit of wall left there, and I think we could fill it up.
All right.
So let me know if that gets approved by the family. And
all right, I might get a Christmas present for you.
That might be my Christmas gift to you. I know you love him.
Yes.
All right, we got moving on to 6 p.m. games. We got the Celtics at the Nets. Celtics are 18-5, just dominating. Nets are 13-11, so turning the corner a bit. Simmons is out of this game still, and obviously Robert Williams is still out. I don't think he's coming back until like next year, like January. Yeah. Nets are getting 3 points in this game. Sharps were actually on the Nets, which was a little surprising. And 232 was the total. Sharps were on the under.
On the under. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
What do you like here?
All right. Nice matchup here. Boston's actually the thing they do the worst is defend the mid-range game, and that's Kevin Durant's game. It's 27.5 points. He's done his last 4 or 5, his last 7 of 10 at home. I think it's a high-scoring game. Him and a lot of back and forth. It's going to be Durant and Tatum back and forth, and I think Durant gets there easily. 27.5 points.
Yeah, let me just remind you, the last time they played was in the playoffs, where the Nets got swept by Boston.
Mm.
Right, so there's definitely a little revenge narrative here. They're definitely looking to get them back. So. And
they haven't played this season, right?
No. I'm saying the last game was in the playoffs.
Was in the playoffs.
Yeah. So and they
I like it even more then. Actually.
Yeah, they got embarrassed. So
yeah.
Okay. So I like that. I was looking at that one too.
Mm-hmm. I got one other.
Yeah. I'll give you my KD play while we're on KD.
Okay.
I'm also sticking with first quarter. He was one of my other goats. I kind of went back. There's a couple different angles you can attack, but I actually kept this pretty simple.
Mm-hmm.
His line is plays 12 minutes in the last 10 games, 12 minutes, 8.9 points, 1.6 rebounds, 2 assists.
Okay.
So I haven't finalized it yet, but I think something like an assist and 8 points or an assist and 7 points or something like that would be a nice play.
Okay.
If you want to keep it simpler, a little riskier maybe, you can get 2 assists at minus 130. So the question is he going to be dishing the ball or is he going to be shooting? If you kind of think about your prior call of just points, he's going to be looking to shoot the ball every time he touches it. So maybe we just focus on his points and try to get it down a bit because I think his straight line was over 9 or something like that, which is a lot for him. So anyway,
I like it. I would probably I might just lean towards the points. I don't know, and that other one scares me a little bit, but definitely I also really like his first quarter points today. It's nice.
Let me just confirm. His first quarter 9 points plus 110. So, that's pretty much his average. His average is 8.9 points, and if you put the extra juice of a playoff-like atmosphere, then All right, so let's keep this simple. Let's just put KD first quarter points 9.
Yeah, I like that.
All right. What else you got?
All right, I just got one of those I wanted to take. We've spoken about this a bunch of times. Rebounding against the Nets is definitely a place to target. Found a nice one today. Marcus Smart, 1.5 rebounds. It's minus 140. He's done it in his last 5 straight games. He's done it in 8 of 10 overall. He's also done it in 8 of 10 on the road this season. He's done it in 6 straight games on 1-day rest. And going back to last season, he's done it in 6 of 8 against Brooklyn. Nice low number. He's going to get up. He's good in these away games for the Celtics. Good against the Nets.
He's questionable for the game though, so
okay.
I like that play a lot if he starts. So
yeah.
I'll definitely be keeping my eye on that. Eye on that one.
Yeah.
I thought it was like rebounding against the Celtics and rebounding against the Nets. So what does that mean? Nobody's going to rebound in this game?
It's definitely it's definitely more rebounding against the Nets now for sure.
Okay.
Celtics have gotten a little bit better there. Yeah.
I guess everybody's just going to score. Nobody can miss because nobody can rebound.
Yes.
All right. Anything else in this game?
No, that's it.
Who do you like? You like the Celtics or the Nets? Nets +3 or Celtics -3?
I think I might take Nets +3 in this game.
Yeah, you like that. You like that revenge narrative.
I do.
I kind of wish Simmons was playing. That would have been nice to see, but
it would have. Yeah.
Oh well. All right. A less star-studded game. We got, well, at least on one side, we got Memphis at the Pistons. Memphis is 13-9, playing still without Desmond Bane. Pistons are 6-18, coming off that big win against the Mavs. Still without Cade Cunningham. Pistons are +6.5 in the game, and the total is 228.5. Sharps were on the under. Didn't really have a take on the winner. I got such a sneaky play here. I'm like excited to tell you about it. But
I have my favorite play of the day from this game.
I really hope it's the same one.
I think it's going to be.
Yeah. All right. Go through your.
Can I just ask you one question? I just thought it was something. Seth Curry and Tatum, were they on the same Duke team or no?
No.
They weren't. I don't know if they had if they have a little thing. I don't know why that just popped into my head. I saw Curry. I don't know. Curry 3 is my. No,
Seth Curry played with like Plumlee and.
Okay.
Let me see what years he was in college. I'll look that up while you start talking.
All right, so here's what popped out in this game. Memphis offense is number 1 in offensive rebounding. Detroit's defense is number 25, number 26, if specifically against centers. Memphis's defense is number 6 in defensive rebounding, and the big reason for that is one Steven Adams. He's in the 99th percentile in offensive rebounding, getting over 17% of all Memphis offensive boards. And he's in the 81st percentile in defensive rebounding, getting 23% of Memphis's defensive boards. His line is 6.5 rebounds. It's only -105. He's done it in his last 9 of 10 games. He's done it in 13 of 14 games this season on one-day rest. The last 2 times he played Detroit, he had 14 in both games. And he's done it in 10 of 12 road games this season. Thank you very much. Put $1 million on
it. You seem fairly confident on that one.
I love this one.
Yeah, $1 million. Wow. It might be.
I guess this wasn't your play then. I really thought it was going to be.
No, I have a play on the Pistons side.
On the Pistons side, okay.
Hold on, I'm still trying to answer your question here. No, Tatum, they're not even close.
Not even close. Okay, yeah,
Curry, who
was like 4 years before him,
actually played. Did you know he played at Liberty College first for a year? Transferred to Duke, sat out a year, and then played at Duke 2010 to 2013.
Oh wow, that's long.
Yeah, Tatum. Yeah, because I don't even know if he was drafted or whatever. Like he played in
yeah, I just knew he was there for like 3 years. I didn't know if maybe his last year was the year Tatum was there.
No, Tatum's year was 2016 to 2017. So missed him by 3 years.
Yeah. All right. Never mind.
It's too bad. I was looking all that up while you were giving out $1 million play.
Yeah. You want me to tell you again?
No, I got it.
6.5 boards for Steven Adams. Let's get it.
Yeah. I don't see who's going to stop him, right?
Yeah.
All right. I was kind of on Jaren Jackson a little bit for this game, but that was my one play on the Memphis side. But I gave up on it because I just looked at his foul total, And the guy, like, he's a guaranteed 5 fouls a game.
Yes, he can't. He just can't
5 to
help
6
himself.
fouls a game. So it's just like that bothers me because when, 17 points or 18 points or whatever he's up to now is not insignificant. If you spend, half a quarter on the bench when you should be playing, that's going to kill that. So,
Yeah.
So I passed on that and I went with, Bogdanovich. Love this
Okay.
guy. We talk about him almost every show, but we've never talked about this stat. His assists.
Okay.
2.5 assists, over 2.5 assists plus 100. You're looking at it, right? You're looking at the chart,
I'm looking.
right? 9 out of 11. But what happened 10 games ago? Cade Cunningham
Cade.
went out.
Yeah.
So prior to those 10 games, he was not really getting to this mark, maybe 1 to 2 assists a game. Since Cade Cunningham's gone out, he's absorbed those 5, 6, 7 assists that Cade, a portion of that Cade gives out each game. So
Yeah.
So he's got a little bit more responsibility other than scoring now until the man comes back. So I like it a lot. I think this is a very similar take to Paolo Banchero. How with some guys out, he's assisting more, and that's been hitting pretty much every game since we gave it out. I think this might be one for us to play and track going forward.
I like it quite a bit, and I like I'm just looking here. His last I like it at home too. These last 3 games at home, 4, 5, and 4. It's plus 100.
Right.
Yeah. This is nice.
Plus, I played the Paolo one last night, and he's got 2 assists in the first 3 minutes of the game. So I'm hoping I'm gonna play this one tonight. Hopefully he does some good work in the first quarter. He's also a first quarter hero, not a GOAT, but he gets a 10 minutes a game in the first quarter. So
Nice.
So he could get off to a good start here.
All right.
All right.
I had there's another matchup. I couldn't find something. I wanted to run it by you. There's a good matchup in Memphis short mid-range offense against Detroit, and there's 2 guys specifically from Memphis who's doing really well in that short mid-range is anywhere from 4 feet to 14 feet from the basket. So it's Morant and Tyus Jones are both crushing. I was hoping that you actually had a first quarter play on John Morant because I feel like given that matchup and whatnot, that might be something good. But I don't get into digging through first quarter stuff. So
Let's do a live. Come on.
All right, let's do it.
We're going to do a live right here. All right, so John Morant in the last 10 games, because I like looking at more recency, and then just make sure that it's not a huge outlier, which it usually isn't. But he gets about 10.6 minutes per first quarter. So he's a stud, but not a GOAT. 9.3 points he's averaging in the first quarter. What has he got on rebounds? 2.8 rebounds. That's a lot. And 2.9 assists. Ooh, I like that a lot. You were thinking about points, but let me see what his
You
line
like that
is.
rebound and assist?
Well, I like when the rebound and assists are over 2. I like, possibly choosing the higher of the 2 for 2 and then putting that with a lower number for the points.
I like that. And this is also, you said recent, last 10 games, right?
Yeah, this is all.
I like that too because I was wondering if some of those assists were to Bane, but Bane hasn't been playing. So
yeah. Can you hear me?
yeah,
Okay. Let me just look up his first quarter. All right. All right. So first quarter points. His line is only 7.5. Right. So he's averaging 9.3.
Wow.
His line is 7.5. So I like a lot of value there. Minus 150. His rebounds are 1.5. So they're kind of on that one. At minus 170. So they're on that one. And the assists are over 2.5.
Wow.
So yeah. So the one that you're instinctually, yes, 7.5 is a good play there.
I'm on it. Taking
You're
it.
on it, taking it.
What was it?
All right.
Minus 150? You said?
Yeah. So if you wanted it, You wanted to pair that with a single assist or something like that?
That's pretty good. I like that.
Yeah. Okay. Or even a rebound. So we'll put something together after the show.
Sounds good.
All right. Very good. All right. Back to our regular scheduled program. My microphone fell over while I was.
I hear you loud and clear.
I was getting excited about Ja.
Should really be getting excited about Steven Adams.
Yeah. Well, it's $1 million play, so
it is.
Could be retirement. All right. So next 6 p.m. game, we got Cleveland at the Knicks. Cleveland is 15-8 without Allen again. Knicks are 10-13. Sad season going on. Knicks are getting 3 points, and the Sharps were on Cleveland and the under, which was 222.5. All right.
Okay.
Who do you, there's only one guy that stands out in this game. I know you're going to play him, even though you're wearing a Knicks hat. Who is he?
Donovan Mitchell.
Donovan Mitchell. Yeah. A no-brainer.
In New York. First time playing in New York as a Cav, right?
Yeah, and his dad works for the Mets. Like, he totally should have come to the Knicks. Like, it was so stupid that
he's got that flair.
Yeah, they couldn't work that out.
Yeah. So that was for sure one of my plays. I like playing guys threes against the Knicks are obviously a thing we've been talking about. His line's 3.5, so it's big, but it's plus 105. Last 2 times he played the Knicks, he had 8 and 7.
Wow.
Including, he's done it in 5 of 7 overall. I like it given I also like it even with the stuff that he said about Jacob deGrom. Now he's coming to New York. I don't know. I just feel like there's a little extra juice to D-Mitch today. I like it.
You think he's upset with deGrom, so he's going to take it out?
He is. Didn't you see what he posted?
No, I don't follow Donovan.
Oh, they were
Mitchell.
asking him. He was in like a press conference, something, and they're like asking about deGrom, and he said he's going to call him up and talk some poop to him.
Right. After he just bailed out on the Jazz. Right. Like, he's like, yeah, I'm a really loyal guy. I would never leave my team. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, so what you're going with his 3 play or his points?
I'm going with his threes.
Okay. I had his points, 25.5 points.
Yeah, it's probably the better play.
He's done it in 15 of 21 games this season, and his last 3 games against the Knicks were 32, 36, and 38. Mm-hmm. So I think we both have good plays here. I think it also would be nice to put them together and do like a 30.5 threes sort of thing, because he's going to get the volume.
He's going to get, this is a game he gets up for, at the Garden. He's just going to crush. His family will be there. He's just going to crush. Yeah.
Exactly. And his anger towards Jacob deGrom is just going to unleash with 8 threes.
Jake.
All right. Who else do you like?
I got a few more in this game.
All right, go ahead.
So I got another one I think you're going to like. There's a young gentleman named Lamar Stevens for the Cleveland Cavaliers.
He's been out, right? Is he?
He
back
just
now?
started playing. He's just played. He's a Philly guy, right? Born and raised in Philly. Played at Penn State. So this is he's a rookie, right? He's a rookie, right? Or no?
I think so.
I believe so.
I don't know much about him.
Either way, he's a young player. So like family, I like the younger guys, like in new spots. Being a Philly guy, family's coming up to watch this game at MSG, taking the train up, riding up an hour and a half, whatever it is. His line is 1-3. It's plus 105. He's done it in 4 straight games.
Really?
Yep.
Let me look up this Lamar Stevens guy. No, he was drafted in 2020.
I just feel like you haven't heard much about him. I don't know.
No, I really don't know anything about him.
Yeah.
But yeah, he played at Penn State. That's
from Philly.
Good.
Yeah,
Philly.
I like the narrative. I like the 1-3. I like the fact he's done it in 4 straight.
Yeah, let me see. Yeah, he played. Yeah, this is his 3rd season on the Cavs. First season, played 40 games, not much, 12 minutes a game. Last year, he was 63 games, 16 minutes. But this year he's played in 10 games so far, and he's getting about 20 minutes. So his run is starting to rise. So
yeah,
I like that a lot. That's a good sneaky play. Nobody's looking at him.
It is a good sneaky play. Yeah.
Okay.
I got a few on the Knicks side. I thought you might like here.
Okay. Is Grimes one of them?
Grimes is one of them.
I knew it. Go ahead.
So the Knicks are on a back-to-back. So I always love doing a little extra digging on teams when they're on a back-to-back, because guys, there can be big discrepancies in guys' stats from the norm. So I found several. Quentin Grimes, 3.5 rebounds. It's plus 105. He's done it last 2 games on a back-to-back. He did it. He had 5 in both of those games. And he's done it in his last 5 of 7 overall. Yeah.
It's nice.
Okay.
Yeah, he's now in the starting lineup.
Yeah.
And getting some good playing time. So that's pretty good.
4 rebounds from a guy in the starting lineup, and a good matchup who seems to perform well. And that's you'd expect that in some ways. He's got the fresh young guy legs to be able to play in a back-to-back. So a guy you might not expect it from as much is Julius Randle. 7.5 rebounds. It's minus 140. He's done it in 13 of 14 games on a back-to-back and is averaging 10 rebounds in those games.
Yeah, that's a good play.
That's a great play. And he's done it that goes back to last season. This season, he's done it in 4 straight in back-to-backs this season as well. So something about rebounding when Julius goes back-to-back. I like this play a lot. And then RJ is another guy who also crushes on back-to-backs. And he also has some pretty decent home road splits where he definitely plays a lot better at home. So his line's 18.5 points. It's minus 125. He's done it in 7 of his last 8 games on a back-to-back and is averaging 25 points in those games.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, my only concern is Cleveland's a pretty good defensive team, but overall, yeah, I mean those are compelling stats.
Yeah, he's done it in his last 3 on back-to-backs at home. He has done it in 4 of 6 overall, and he's also done it in 8 of 10 home games this season. So he seems to play better at home and on back-to-backs. I like that a lot. I got 2 more on RJ just real quick. His assist line's 2.5. It's minus 140. He's done it in 7 of 8 home games this season, and he's also done it in his last 3 back-to-back games.
That's nice.
And then his 1.5 threes is plus 100. He was hot from 3 a few days ago. I think he had, I don't know, I forget how many, but he definitely hit several. But he's done that in 8 of 9, 8 of his 9 last games on a back-to-back. And he's also done it in 4 straight back-to-back home games.
All right, we're riding RJ today. He seems like he likes that home crowd and likes playing tired.
Yeah, I might. I like that parlay might be nice.
Yeah,
yeah. The point 3 and assist RJ parlay.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah. All right. Anything else?
Nope.
You really think the Knicks are going to keep this within 3 points? I think they might lose by like 30 the way they've been playing.
Yeah, yesterday. The first half of the game, I'm like, all right, Dallas looks tired and slow, and the Knicks are up by 15. I'm like, nice, very, very nice. Dallas's road woes continue, and then they come out after half, and they just dominate. They're up by 30 plus, right?
Yeah, we're gonna start diving into that soon too. There's a lot of analysis that can be done on third quarter as well. And certain teams come out firing, like the Suns, and others, I'm going to guess, like the Knicks, come out flat. So, but
it's a matter of coming out firing, then also the coaches who make the best in-game adjustments. They read what went wrong in the first quarter and they make first half and make adjustments. So. Yep. All right, so our last game, 6 p.m. as well. We got Chicago at the Kings. Chicago's 9-13. Kings are 12-9. Kings are minus 2.5 in the game. Sharps are on Chicago, and the highest total on the board, 239.5. Sharps are on the over. What was the spread again? I'm sorry.
Kings minus 2.5. Sharps were on Chicago getting 2.5 points, which I'm surprised because the Kings are playing.
No, I'm not. I'm not. No,
Why?
There's a great matchup today. So it's great for Chicago because basically what it comes down to is Chicago's good offensively at what Sacramento isn't, and Chicago is bad offensively at what Sacramento is very good at. So they're from mid-range, Chicago's top 3, whereas Sacramento's a bottom 5 defense. From 3, Chicago's a bottom 2 offense, and Sacramento's a top 5 offense. So I feel like this is a very good matchup for them. The one thing that worries me is my play on the other side, which I'll get to in a second. But on the Chicago side, I'm going with DeMar DeRozan, 26.5 points. His whole game is from the mid-range. He's done it in 8 of 12 on the road, including his last 6 of 8 when he's on one-day rest. And he's done this in 7 of 10 overall with a, 239 over-under.
Yeah.
A lot of scoring. I think he's got no problem getting there today. So that's what I got on the. I got that on the Bulls side, and then on the Sacramento side, I'm gonna ride Sabonis today. You on him?
I'm always on him.
Yeah, you are always on him. But I'm on the 2 things that you've been on the assists. I'm actually on points and rebounds today.
I don't like his rebounds typically, just because he's very inconsistent. But I haven't dug into why he's inconsistent. So it could very well just be matchups. Is that why he's got a great match?
Vucevic sucks. he's garbage, and Sabonis seems to dominate Vooch. He's cleared. If you look at the last 5 times he's played against Vooch, he's cleared 17.5 points in 4 or 5. It's minus 115.
You think these European guys get fired up when they play each other? I mean,
yeah.
You know, they have that they all play the Eurobasket like in the summer. They probably
have known each other going back.
Each other, like they must get fired up, right?
Yeah,
because of the history there. So
I could see that. So I like that. I also like his rebounds. There's a nice little match here. Chicago is especially with Vooch, just not great, especially in the offensive glass. So 11.5 rebounds. He's done it in 3 of 5 against Chicago. Chicago does have the number 29th rebounding defense against power forwards. So it's a good matchup. He's also done it in his last 5 straight games on a back-to-back. So I think this is one of the things that Sabonis clearly does better on a back-to-back. He's at home in a matchup that he always seems to perform well in. So I like that.
Yeah, Sacramento's rocking. I watched a couple of their games this year, and
so fun to watch.
The crowd is into it. You might have to do a little road trip for a Sacramento game.
I didn't realize where Sacramento is, further away than San Francisco.
Oh yeah. I like Sabonis as well, but I went with his points and his assists. I parlayed them together. I took the points down to 15 points, and I took the assists down to 6 assists. I believe the line for his points was 18.5 or something like that.
I have it as 17.5.
17.5?
Minus 115.
Yeah. So I teased that down a little bit. He's hit 15 points in his last 15 games. Mm-hmm. He's hit 15 points 13 times. He's hit 6 assists 14 times.
Nice.
So you put those 2 together in what you're telling me is a pretty good matchup against Vooch. You get minus 106. If you actually do the math on the odds of a 13 of 15 and a 14 of 15 both hitting, that should be an implied odds of negative 300, minus 300.
Okay.
You're getting it at minus 106. So it's actually, unless there was a really bad matchup, that would be the only thing that would tell me not to play it. This seems like a no-brainer.
The one thing I'd say is I did notice in those games when Sabonis played against Vooch, his assist totals were down. And I'm just worried that he becomes like he shifts his focus to it's more of a scoring game for him today. Maybe Fox does a little bit more of the playmaking or something. There was one thing that I noticed, and it was kind of why I leaned into the rebounds over the assists. But we'll see. I also thought about doing the same thing, bringing his points down to 15 and his rebounds down to like 10, which would probably is something similar to what you were just proposing, just with the assists. Yeah.
I heard Sabonis is upset about DeGrom as well.
Is he? Okay, so then he's definitely going to crush the assist today.
He doesn't even know who DeGrom is.
Yeah.
All right. That's all.
Saw my first picture of DeGrom in a Rangers uniform.
Like a photoshopped one or like a real one?
The photoshopped one, but still.
Whatever. It's so funny. Like, New York fans are just like, we loved DeGrom a week ago. Like, couldn't live without him. And now, the second he announces he's going, it's like, he's going to be injured. We don't need him. Who needs him? So, whatever.
It was the right move.
Probably, yeah. I mean, he was injured a lot. So, all right.
Let's go see how some of those football games are turning out.
Yeah, we got football, and the first of these games we just covered kicks off in 30 minutes. So,
all right. Nice work. PTM signing off.